Hey, hello everybody. I hope all of you are doing great. So today I have come up with another exciting lesson. But before we move toward that lesson, I would like to add some comments from the previous video because English Corner do recognize and appreciate the valuable comments by our dear subscribers. These words of appreciation means a lot and I'm really thankful to my all dear subscribers. So if you like this video as well, do subscribe to our channel and be a part of English Corner. Friends, today we are going to talk about a poem. How can we read a poem in a correct way? Since a poem is entirely different than a simple prose, like a simple sentence, a poem has certain rise and fall that is known as intonation patterns. And if you don't read it with correct rise and fall of the voice, it sounds really odd. So today we're going to focus and learn how can we read a poem with correct intonation. For that, I've chosen one of my favorite poet, that is William Blake. An interesting thing about this poet is that he could not get that much fame in his life, which he got after his death. Like in 18th and 19th century after his death, he got so much fame because of his writing that he became one of the most famous poets of that time. Although he has written many famous poems, but today the poem that I've chosen for you is gonna be The Echoing Green. So you are going to follow me and learn how to read a poem. We are also going to have a quick description and analysis of the poem at the end, in which we'll be talking about each stanza in detail. So let's quickly get to the reading of the poem first. The sun does arise and make happy the skies. The merry bells ring to welcome the spring. The skylark and thrush, the birds of a bush, sing louder around to the bell's cheerful sound, while our spots shall be seen on the echoing green. Old John with white hair does laugh awake here, sitting under the oak among the old folk. They laugh at our play, and soon they all say, such were the joys when we all girls and boys in our youth time were seen on the echoing green. Till the little ones weary no more can be merry, the sun does descend and our sports have an end. Round the laps of their mothers many sisters and brothers, like birds in their nest, are ready for rest, and sport no more seen on the darkening green. Let's try to gain some knowledge about the poet of this poem, who is William Blake. He was born on 28th of November 1757 in London, and he was a great artist and a poet. He was married in 1782 with Catherine. He went to school for a few years. He left school when he was 10 years old, and his mother helped him in his studies. He was much interested in drawing as well. William Blake was a great poet, but he was also very famous for his work of illuminating painting, as he was interested in drawing and painting as well. William Blake's most important work was Jerusalem, that is famous, and he also sold many of his poems to other poets. He joined Royal Academy and he was a very good painter. He died on 12th of August 1827. He made a portrait of his wife that day and then died in a happy mood. Isn't that interesting? So here is the first stanza of the poem. The sun does arise and make happy the skies. The merry bells ring to welcome the spring. The skylark and thrush, the birds of a bush, sing louder around to the bell's cheerful sound, while our spots shall be seen on the echoing green. Here, the word merry means amusing. Skylark and thrush are the names of the birds, and cheerful means delightful or joyful, and echoing mean resounding. Okay? So what does the poet want to say in this stanza? He wants to say that the sun shines brightly and the sky looks beautiful, and the pleasant sounds of bells come from the nearby church. The birds, the singing birds, sing cheerfully, that is joyfully, and the sounds of bells and the songs of the birds merge into a beautiful melody worthy of a season of spring. Whereas on the green, that is on the grass in the park, young and innocent children play their favorite games. So this is the situation, this is the setup the author has created in the minds of the readers. The poem basically focuses on the joys of nature and of childhood. Let's try to read the next stanza. Old John with white hair does laugh away care, sitting under the oak among the old folk, they laugh at her play, and soon they all say, such were the joys when we all girls and boys in our youth time were seen on the echoing green. You see the rhyming words, the rhythm the poet has created here. Hair, care, oak, folk, then play, say, joys, boys, and seen, green. So the poet has used many rhyming words. Let's try to understand what does the poet want to say in this. The poet is actually saying that the old people, and to refer to old people he has used the name John, right? Whereas he's talking about the old men or the old people generally. The old people watch their children play happily on the green and think of the happy days of their childhood. And what they are thinking is that they had played on the same green area, and they had their share of joy and excitement which only young children can experience. So what poet is saying is that the old people who are sitting in the park, who are sitting and watching playing those children, they are actually enjoying looking at them, and they are actually recalling their own time when they used to play in the same way when they were young. They're actually recalling their youth time, the time when they were children or the time when they were young and energetic. So they're actually recalling that time. So let's read ahead. Till the little ones weary, no one can be merry. The sun does descend, and her sports have an end. Round the laps of the mother, many sisters and brothers, like birds in their nest, are ready for rest, and sport no more seen on the darkening green. Now there is a massive change here. The echoing green has turned into a darkening green. Why? Because the children have got tired now, and no one can enjoy anymore playing there. And it is the time when the sun is about to descend and darkness is about to come. All of the children stop playing and go back to home. They sit in the laps of their mothers, like the bird flock around their mother in the nest, right? And it's time for their rest, as it is night now. On the darkening green, no playing of children is seen. Now, no children can be seen playing on the darkening green. So this is all about the poem. The poet started off with quite a happy mood. The sun does arise and make happy the skies, right? And he talked about the ringing bells. Then he talked about spring and, the singing birds. They were full of energy. The children playing there. The children playing different sports there. Then he talked about the old people watching and enjoying, looking at the sports and the play of those children and recalling their own youth's time. Then he talked about the children got tired thereafter, and it was the time when they had to return to their homes, to their mother's lap, the way the birds return to their nests, because they had to take some rest. And the echoing green turned into a darkening green thereafter. So friends, I hope you have learned something from this lesson, and I'm sure you'll leave a comment in a comment box so that I can add that in the next and upcoming video by English Corner. If you want some topic to be covered by English Corner, do suggest. Thank you very much for staying with English Corner. Stay tuned till the next lecture. Goodbye, ciao, and take care.